remember the TV? We all have one. So let's just figure out how to incorporate it properly into our design.
Right.
And you can do that based on various budgets.
Absolutely. So we're going to look at 3 ways, starting at the most budgetary way and moving up a little bit, and then to something that's a little bit more invested. So when we talk about TVs, we always talk about that black hole on the wall or that black hole on the piece of furniture that nobody really wants to look at. So how do we combat it? Because we all have them, right?
Yeah.
So here, let's start at the most budgetary. Let's talk about plasma units and TVs themselves. So this obviously is not a plasma unit because it has drawers on it. So when we talk about TV units, they're very utilitarian. Everything is open. In addition to the TV, we're staring at the boxes, we're staring at all the gaming systems. It's just really ugly to look at.
Yeah.
It's right? Really ugly to look at. So instead, why not choose a dresser? Like I've chosen this gorgeous teak dresser from EQ3 and actually hide all the components in here. And I know everybody at home is saying, well, you can't do that because then you can't use your remote.
Right.
But there are products on the market now that are called Red Eye that you can actually put your components behind a closed door or an opaque piece, and the radio frequency will actually pass through it. So we don't need to worry about that anymore. And what I like about this is a lot more, dressers tend to be a lot more design savvy than plasma units or TV units are. The other thing you want to play with is you want to play with accessories around it. So we're pulling our eye away from the television into other things. We varied heights, it's Christmas time now, so we've done a Christmas theme here. So we have the varying heights and lights. We have the beautiful glitter. We have the tree to the side. So the TV is no longer that gigantic focal point.
Yeah.
It's just kind of blending into the background.
Very nice. Okay, you mentioned this gorgeous teak piece right here. Well, someone is going to be going home with it today, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about it. It's worth $999. It's from EQ3, as you mentioned. And this is a fantastic draw that we'll do after the show today.
Perfect
so
for your
enjoy
TV.
that. Perfect. All right, so now let's say we have a little bit more money to spend,
A little bit more money to spend.
We've got some money to play around with. So now we are still sort of disguising our TV in a very smart way, I'd say.
We're disguising it, and you know, when you walked into the studio this morning, you kind of walked by the wall and didn't really even pay attention to the TV that's actually sitting right here. So the TV obviously here has a black frame. So the important tip that we're talking about is painting the wall color something dark so that the TV almost, when it's off, fades into the background. It's not there. And then it's designing an art wall. So all this beautiful artwork from Sarah Phelps kind of disguises the artwork in and of itself in terms of the artwork then that we see on the TV, which is a Rogers channel. Rogers actually offers a channel now that you can turn, and it just flips through artwork, so you're not looking at that blank screen. You have company over, you don't want to look at the screen, you don't necessarily want to put the fireplace channel on. This is a great way to kind of incorporate artwork into an art wall. And notice also that I've actually not placed the TV centered on the wall, and that was intentional, because if you look at the negative space on the wall, so this is really very much about negative space. Because the TV itself is black and is a dark, when it's off, is a black hole, it's very much talking and ties into the negative space on the wall. So the spaces in between the artwork are very important when designing an art wall like this. And to walk right by it, like you said, you don't even really notice it.
That is so cool. So that you go to Rogers On Demand to get that channel, click on TV shows, and then go to Ambient.
Ambient, yes.
And then you can pick what you want. If you want Polynesian art,
you got it.
You can have a fireplace.
There's all kinds of cool
You can
stuff.
have an aquarium. I believe they have fish.
They have an aquarium.
It's very calming. It's very nice.
I love it. You know, Rogers is smack on with that, and they make the fact that everybody has that TV that's not always functional, or we don't want to make a focal point out of it, a better focal point to have, because you have beautiful pieces and beautiful things flipping through.
All right, so now we have some options.
Right.
Where we have a little bit of money to spend.
A little bit of money to spend. So in a perfect world, snap my fingers, TV's gone, snap my fingers again, TV reappears. Activated Decor is a company out of Ontario, ships across the country, and they've taken the idea of doing a motorized lift, which we can see over here, and actually affixing the TV and then hiding it into anything really that you can come up with in terms of furniture.
So smart.
So smart, right? So that's the lift. So let's actually start over here. So this is the most basic piece of furniture in terms of it's beautiful to look at. It's almost cubist. The lines are really clean. If you have the space in your home, you just click of a button and there's the TV. So when the TV's not in use, wouldn't this be a great place to, you know, perhaps have a bar or decorate it for the holidays? Down below, you have the space for the components.
I love
so
that.
we spoke about the Red Eye. You don't need to see them. Your components are hidden away there. And again, at the click of a button, the TV goes back down.
Keep the remote away from your guests if they've had a few drinks.
Look, it has a little
They're going to have
keychain.
some
Just
fun
click
with
it
that.
on there.
That's
you
what's
go.
going to happen.
Right?
Okay, now this one. So you've got the fireplace going on.
Winter, it's Christmas time. Everybody likes to have that fireplace, just like Kimberly was talking about in the segment before. So fireplaces are usually quite bulky anyway. People tend to hang their TV above the fireplace, which is great.
Yeah.
But what if you don't want to? So again, click of a button. There we go. TV comes out. TV goes away. So this is a great fireplace. You could definitely decorate it for the holidays. Have this as your mantle. TV goes away when you don't need it, reappears when you do.
What's interesting about all of these is that they're coming in such beautiful pieces of furniture.
That's just it.
And I think that's what's really nice about it. So you're really not compromising on your decor at all.
You're not compromising on decor nor on your space, which is great.
Right.
You know, move into the kitchen island. Kitchens, TVs seem to be big now in kitchens. Everybody wants to have a TV in a kitchen.
Kitchen and bathroom these days.
Kitchen and bathroom, right?
One of these should come out of the toilet, but like in front.
It would be wrapped in cellophane. It would be wrapped in something. Yeah, it would be wrapped in cellophane.
That's so cool.
And then finally, what about if we don't have the footprint for something like this? We always talk about our ceiling as being double footprint, double space in a home. So activated decor actually does lifts that actually recess into the ceiling. So we're looking at pictures right now of, there we go, of the lift into the ceiling. So it can hide away into the ceiling. You're not covering anything when it comes back down. So if you have a beautiful bookcase or artwork that you don't necessarily want to cover, that's a great way to do it. And finally, you know, we always talk about hanging the TV, how to hang the TV, what's the right way to hang the TV.
So those are the wall mounts there behind you.
Exactly.
And this is basically what they're attached to. These are the brackets, right?
So thank you, Best Buy, for these. I wanted to bring these in. So people always say to me, which is the wall mount that I need? How do I know?
Yeah.
So really, there are three main wall mounts. The one that was on the TV that we're looking at on the art wall is a fixed mount. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
The second, a little bit more expensive, but still budgetary, is it lifts up and down. Excuse me. Again, technology, not my friend. Up and down. And then you have the full swing. So it's fully mobile. It turns to each way. So it's then very dependent upon what where you're going to be watching your TV. So the thing that you must think about when buying a mount is, am I in my kitchen? Am I going to try to be watching my TV in the living room? Okay, let me compensate with a mount that actually is fully movable. And Best Buy, thank you for those.
Very cool. Okay, Kimberly, come on in here. Remember we did a segment like ages ago, and it was about how far you need to be from your TV to, like how far your seating needs to be from your TV.
My little cheat.
Yeah.
Do you remember my little cheat?
No, I don't remember your little cheat.
You hold your fist up and your thumb up.
Yeah.
Close one eye. The television should be the top of your thumb to the bottom of your fist.
That totally makes sense.
So when you're at the movie theater, if you see me at the movies, you'll see me like this.
Moving seats, depending on where.
Excuse me, you're in my row. This is my row. I need to sit right here.
Look at my finger.
Yeah. So what's cool about this is that instead of having that awkward neck thing going on, you have this bracket there that's going to move the TV where you need it to be. I know it doesn't go up and down or back and forth, but that's very cool.
Yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more money for that, but you know what? 10 years, technology changes so much, and if there's a man in the house, forgive me, but they'll want a new TV in 10 years, so an expensive mount like that gives you some flexibility is not a bad investment.
For sure. So then you're going to get me the one behind you for Christmas?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. If you'll get me that really big, and when it lifts up, it's shoes.
Deal. Deal. Let's go to break. We're coming up.